Hello, gamers. I think, yeah, we're good to go. All right, so this is Pokemon Rumble Weekend Edition. This is a fan-made game, and it's actually very newly complete. The newest update for the game came out like a couple days ago. Um, so there's a lot to get into. Timing starts on the selection of the new file. We're gonna do file C. Um, and we're gonna go on go. So 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So similar to Rumble, like regular Pokemon Rumble, um, this game um, pretty much just emphasizes parts of the game that was left out, whether like due to like unknown reasons, whether it was because of time constraints or whatever. But Pokemon Rumble actually has all of Gen 2 and 3 Pokemon in the game's files, but just like they weren't used. Um, so a user named Absol, he's insane. He makes really good YouTube videos, and he's done a lot of work with Rumble before. Um, he made this game called Rumble Weekend Edition, based off of an event that him and a lot of other Twitch streamers and friends of his would do, and they would just sit down and for a whole weekend try and get as many shinies in Pokemon Rumble as much as possible. Um, and then like through those interactions, they talked about making this game, and he made it possible. So huge shout outs to him. If it wasn't for him, this wouldn't be a thing. Um, the things that are different about it is like minor in like terms of the whole main scale of the game, because it is still Pokemon Rumble. It has your three difficulties: normal, advanced, and EX. Has the same amount of battle royales. The only thing that's different is that he added two new ranks. That's just called GX. That you have to. The only way to like actually go to them is um, through either normal or advanced, and there's 6 stages in each of those. So there's one in normal, one in advanced. There's 6 stages in each, and you just go to all those stages. And by going to all those stages and playing through the game, you'll be able to get all of the Pokemon from Gen 2 and 3 and Arceus as well. Um, Before the newest patch, um, it was like most of the Pokemon. There was just some Pokemon that was missing, mostly like legendaries and stuff. But now, like this is a fully complete game, has all 493 Pokemon in it, and also includes all the Pokemon cries. He made a bunch of tickets, which is like if you sell certain Pokemon in a particular order, you get a new Pokemon. He made tickets like specifically for this version. He also added a new password for this patch, but we're going to be using a password that came out in the original patch for Rumble Weekend. That was a nice little, but I call it a butter boost because Butterfree boosts us. If you get, if you use an attack either towards or away from when you're getting hit, you can either get boosted like away from when you're getting hit, or you can just cancel the animation of you getting hit. So it saves a little bit of time if you just like do like time the attack correctly and or have the right attack to do it. Tackle, it's good enough to make it work. So that was a little nice. Um, but yeah, we just do. Uh, I kind of forgot where I was going off on a tangent before, but it's basically the same thing as Rumble, except for there's just two new ranks that you can go to optionally. They're not mandatory or anything in terms of actually beating the game or whatever. But for this category, we're going to focus on just beating those stages as fast as possible, which also means getting to those stages as fast as possible. So the requirements, that's about RNG. You can either do 6 to 7 or 5 to 6, and 5 to 6 is slower. um, So the first GX stage unlocks after advanced, or not advanced, normal A rank, and then the other one after advanced A rank, and it's basically speedrun to advance to like finish advanced A rank, and then go back and finish the GX stages. And along for the ride, we have our friend Deoxys, with the cry and all. So this is a speedy Deoxys with agility. Something that is kind of interesting about the game's coding is that most most Pokemon have one of three numbers for most stats, or I guess it can be five, I guess. But there isn't too much variety in terms of like what moves, or not moves, but like the power that you have in each stat. So generally, the fastest Pokemon in a game will have a speed stat of 70, but Deoxys here has a speed stat of 90, and then on top of that having, actually I think it's 95, sorry. And on top of that having speedy, which just doubles your normal walking speed, he's just already faster, and then agility doubles your normal walking speed again. So this Deoxys is like specifically made to just go through stages literally as fast as humanly possible. Or as the game will let us go through it. There's nothing that can like outspeed this. And the move that it has is Sky Attack, I think, which just kind of sounds random, but it helps with collecting Pokemon because there's a lot of different hitboxes. As you can see, each number means there's a different hitbox. So each hitbox gives you a chance to make a Pokemon get stunned and knocked down. And the more that happens, the more likely you get the Pokemon you need. So similar to regular Rumble, any percent, we just need to beat normal mode as fast as possible. So we want to go to the least amount of stages as possible, and then collect the power that we need, and then enter the Battle Royale. So the power that we need here is 100. So the earliest you can get the power is after completing 3 stages in this rank, and in general, that's like when you can get it is after completing 3 stages. But in some cases, you can get it after completing only 2 stages, which we'll see more later. But yeah, it's part of the run is just getting the powers as soon as possible, beating the Battle Royale, and then moving on, just so that we can unlock all the GX ranks and then go to the stages. So we don't have to worry about going to all the stages here. We just have to worry about going to all the stages in GX, which is also something unique to this category versus other Rumble categories. Generally, Rumble categories are separated by difficulty, or just doing the full run, like all difficulties in one. So this category specifically is pretty neat because you are just getting to a point that's like halfway through. And also, with the newest patch, the GX stages are a lot stronger than they used to be, which makes it slower, but also a lot more interesting for routing purposes. And, you know, there's more risk in going to the stages earlier, which we'll get to in the later half of the run. Right now, we're just doing battle royales. This is like the other main part of this game. You go through stages, can beat up Pokemon, collect them, and then you go into these battle royales and fight them. You only have 3 lives. That's what the keys are at the bottom. Act this as your lives or live counter. Sorry, didn't go too bad. But this Shaman is a Password Pokemon. It's in Rumble. We see it very often in speedruns. But Deoxys again is Rumble Weekend exclusive and is very, very helpful in the run. very cool. The speedrun for just any percent in normal mode, in Rumble, the world record's 29:40, and that has like pretty good RNG. And the world record for any percent is any percent in Rumble weekend for normal mode is 27:12 or 27:15 or something like that, and that has near perfect RNG, but not perfect. I actually got it in the run I did to derust for this marathon. Just the new patch came out and everything happened kind of right before the marathon, or this marathon started / marathon run started. So I decided to do a run with the new patch and everything, and I just got like a crazy lucky run, and got. I didn't get early 200, which is what we can see happen in this rank, which is just getting the 200 power Pokemon that we need in the third stage instead of in the fourth stage. So we'll see if that happens. But other than that, I got like pretty near perfect RNG for the most of the run. So just having Deoxys saves over 2 minutes over the regular Rumble speedrun. I'm also going to be going to a lot of the same stages for the most part. Advanced is going to be a little different, because the Pokemon are just stronger. But I want to go to the shortest stages possible so I can really make use of Deoxys' speed. He doesn't have a problem with killing bosses, so I don't really need to worry about the order I go to stages too much. At least in the first two ranks. But I do want to make sure I go to Eternal Tower here, because this is the most likely stage to get early 200 in. We'll see if we get it. Any of these Pokemon can get it, like can be the thing I need, but whether they drop and whether they're actually the power is the other factor. Dang. The boss can also drop? Question mark. You can do it, Electabuzz. I believe in you. Dang. That's alright. Now we're just gonna go back to Fire Furnace and get the Pokemon we need here. Alright. That's still great. I'm not going straight to them as I spawn because you have a little bit of iframes right before, or like right as you come out, so. Oh, come on, man. There you go. This Rattata is used more in the regular Rumble speedrun, but I like to use it to die last so I can get to the Battle Royale a little quicker. Yeah, it's pretty quick still. Not early 200, but first room drop, basically. Oops. Putting a heart on a Pokemon is like, it's called favoriting them, and it just makes it easier to menu to them. And the reason I was able to use all these Pokemon without having to put the password in is because I was able to save this to my Wiimote that I'm using. Just pretty helpful. Saves a good amount of time. And this was meh RNG right here. Oh wow, there's one hiding in the corner. I didn't notice it. So the way the battle royales work is they just get a wave of random Pokemon from each stage. and then they go. Sometimes it's a little bit more. Like some ranks are a little bit more predictable than others. Like this rank's a little bit more chaotic than rank A Battle Royale. But they all have a general gist. This one, there's 4 bosses instead of 3, and they show up sporadically throughout the Battle Royale. We just have to make sure we kill at least one of them before the last boss spawns, because that's how you can actually spawn the last boss. They also are very, like, deceivingly strong, like all the bosses, so you want to make sure you don't really get too bopped by them. Executor is doing work. So fast, dude. Going to Fiery Furnace or Windy Prairie here is kind of interchangeable, but I think Charizard has a little bit more health than Aerodactyl, so. Because the other stats that are in this game is just attack and defense, and it's a 5-dot system. After that, there is HP, but it's not documented really, other than just like collecting the Pokemon. So whenever I get those sky attacks into the boss fight, those are frame perfect because there's only so much inputs you can use in one time. So there's like a cooldown to when I can use another move after I use agility. So that's pretty nice. Some stages are a little easier to pull it off than others, but Fire Furnace is definitely frame perfect to get both of them in one. Aw, dang. Bad range, bad range. At least I got that. That's also frame perfect. Getting it in between the cutscenes is good too. It's a pretty lucky room so far. Eternal Tower is the shortest room in the game, or the shortest stage in the game, I guess. Has all the shortest rooms. Just coincidentally enough, all the stages on the right side are the shortest. What? 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 I've actually never had that happen before. I've literally never had a documented case of early 400. Okay. Well, that saves a lot of time. That saves having to not go. That's basically the same thing as early 200. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm not sure if this is the case, because I don't think it's ever been noted, but this game does seem to give me quite the RNG. At least so far. That was unlucky. There's your instance of iframes where you usually spawn. Eradicate just ignored my attack. All right, dude, that was crazy. These guys can be tricky, especially the Venusaur. But that was really good. Really good ending right there. Those waves before didn't work with me as well as they can. A lot of times they can just like all run towards you as they spawn, but a lot of times they can just mosey around, do what they want. That was a big time save, dude. Holy crap. You'll love to see it. Alright, similar to rank A, I'm pretty sure Moltres has a little bit more HP than Dragonite does, because they have the same defense stat. Going to them sooner just is... It saves time just because they're weaker, because that wasn't obvious. Get me out of here. Whee! He's so fast, man. It's really fun to move with Deoxys, but it's also very... You have to be very careful, because it can get very chaotic very quickly. Yeah, look at all that health, man. Ooh, that was good. I was afraid I wasn't gonna get him on that last hit, but we got him. Right, now we'll go to Windy Prairie. Ah! Generally for each stage, there's like one or two Pokemon that are a little scarier to see than others, and for one reason or another. Like Exeggutor are a little different in terms of their like the polygon for Exeggutor is like really big for some reason, so it's harder to move around. But its move isn't that good. But Pokemon like Fearow and Dodrio have like good moves. That are kind of scary to see. Yeah, I think that was good. Worth it. So now we're just gonna go in here. Hopefully, maybe we'll get early 600. Who knows, man? That was crazy. I also have a counter on my splits that counts how many shinies we see, because shinies are important to this game's lore and everything. So I like to keep track of the shinies I see. That was good. Go here just to get our last power that we need. Ooh, that was not what I wanted to do. But I'll do this. Dang. Focus energy is the same thing as having gutsy, so. But I just got unlucky. Alright, kill me.
Do I have time real quick to read a donation?
Yeah.
All right. We got a $1 donation from Ness that says, "Hi, GL."
Thanks.
And I want to bring this up because that donation went towards the Super Mario Odyssey incentive to have Mario wear Peach's dress. We are only at $33 out of $75 for that incentive. And we need to have that met by the end of this run. So if you want to see that happen, you need to get your money in now.
Come on, guys, I believe. Just like I believe this is a pretty good run. It took a little bit to get the 600, but still nice. Okay, that was lucky. This first wave can really mess you up, but we got a little lucky with how that panned out. And I played it okay. Oh, it's a Tangela. Yeesh. So we have to kill one of these birds in order to spawn the actual boss for this. Those ominous messages that we get before each rank. Oh my gosh, it's Mewtwo. Who would have thunk it? Not me. Not I. Alright. That went really well. That was almost any percent world record, so. Because of that early 400, man. That was crazy. 27:26, very good normal time. So the credits for this is not skippable. If we tried to, it would just not count that we beat the battle royale, and we'd have to do it again. So we just have to sit here and chill for a second. But dude, we were on like a pedestal. I'll tell you. That was a really good battle royale too. Like, dang. So what's gonna do is go through the credits, and then we'll go to advanced, and then we don't have to actually complete advanced. So it's just get to where we need to get to advanced, and then we'll get to GX. Also, this game has really good music, if you're enjoying the music. And all the ranks that we're going to be going to from now on, it has a possibility of getting the early power drop as well. So we're really going to hope we get one of those. Save some time. It's especially helpful to get the early power drops in advanced, because getting the power that you need is a little bit more chaotic and less consistent in advanced, just because it's harder. But for whatever reason, it's still more likely to happen than normal. But, you know, whatever. It's actually like, I'm not even. I've been playing Pokemon Rumble for almost like a decade. I've done it for like 7 years now or something. I've never gotten early 400 until today, until just then. Shoutouts to SS4C. I've had I had something happen in my Spyro run that's never happened, and then happened, same thing happened here. That was really good. Sky Attack. Anytime you see a Pokemon that's sparkly like that Bidoof right there, it means it's gonna drop if I kill it. It's important to note for whenever, like, I'm in a stage that I need to collect Pokemon in. It also means if like the boss is sparkly, it'll mean the boss will have more defense and it'll take longer to kill. But it will mean the boss will drop, so it's like a, you know, give and take. Speaking of Bidoof, I recently got a really good time in Bidoof % for Pokemon Rumble. Shout outs to that run. Category type. It's basically like a Nuzlocke, but you only play as one Bidoof. Alright, so we can get the early power here. Let's see if we get it. Nature's heal. Ooh. A lot of hitting, a lot of hitting. Oh my gosh. I haven't been hit like that since 1982. Anyway, didn't get the early 1000. It's okay though. We're just gonna enter this same stage again, partially because it's really short, partially because it's just the stage that has the most likely Pokemon to be the power that we need. We're gonna get to where the the evolved versions of these Pokemon are. There you go. Nice and easy. And if I killed that one that's sparkly, it would have dropped too. It's not a confirmed power. It's not like it's always going to be the power that you need. I feel like more times than not, it's actually not the power you need, but that was bad. But it still can be the power. These battle royales are also all pretty tricky in their own right, so we'll see how they go. Alright. That worked out. This shaman that I have has another attack on it, but I'm not allowed to use it because it's not part of the password. I haven't noted that, but it's not really important because I just don't do it. The shaman only comes with Seed Flare, so that's the only move you're allowed to use, unless you buy a move on it during the run itself. which I'd have to either just put in a password for it on that file or like take the shaman off the Wiimote, and it would take a whole bunch of time. Worth it. Since this isn't like a complete the game run or anything, we don't have to have, I guess, crazy good shaman. We just need a shaman. And just stand right here and you see flare. That went really well. All right. Okay, so we're gonna try and get early 2000 or 2000 1200 here as the power that we need. This rank is really weird. It's the least consistent in terms of getting the power that you need, and I don't really know why. I think it's partially because like the Pokemon that they put in it, and just, I don't know. This is just weird. But the way that I'm routing these stages is like the most consistent way to get early 1200. There's other ways that you can do it that's a little bit consistent, a little bit more consistent in like certain aspects, but as a whole for the run, this saves the most time and is still somewhat consistent. So yeah, we're gonna go to Silent Forest for the first time. We typically don't go to the stages on the right or on the left, sorry, because they either just have an extra stage in them or room in them for some reason, or just the rooms are a lot longer than the other stages, which is just the case for all these rooms. They're just longer. Since we're Deoxys, it doesn't matter as much, and we take that into consideration along with the type advantage that we have with the move that we use. Since the boss here is Vespiquen, Sky Attack will do a lot more damage to it, so it's worth going here over a different stage. Mainly because the boss that's in Eternal Tower is really, really, really bulky and annoying to deal with. And a slow boss fight can lose like easily like 6 seconds just by being a little slower, and then it can get worse. So having consistent boss fights is much more important than it kind of seems. But going to this stage third is what is a little risky because getting early 1200 is hard, but if you're going to get it, Magneton are very likely for you to get it. So we'll see if we can get it. You can kind of have an argument for any of, like, at least like one Pokemon in each stage. Like Krugly's really good. Kricketune and Raichu are okay. But I generally have the best time. I say that, but you know, this is happening with Magneton. But again, getting the power to drop that early is really unlikely, so that's why I don't go into the Bidoof. I just use the Deoxys. I can still get it to be the boss if the boss decides to drop, which it didn't. That's okay too. This is just more like a typical advanced, like how advanced it goes. So since we didn't get it, we're gonna go back to Fiery Furnace. But that's why I say this is like debatably the best, most consistent, because you can fight for like any Pokemon being more consistent to be the 1200 power Pokemon. It's just for me, it's Magneton. Alright, so I'm gonna ST here. I don't want to worry about Luxio, they're generally not what I need. Okay. No, dude. No. Okay. Bidoof has superpower, so it can lower your defense after you get the Pokemon you need. Alright. Didn't get early power, but still fast. This battle royale is so sus. It's very cycle dependent. The number at the top, like we're under the timer, that's like the amount of Pokemon that are in the battle royale. That's like the number that I need to make sure I'm paying attention to. To make it more simple, I just look at how many Pokemon are left on the field. Generally, you need to have at least 2, or at the most 2, from a wave alive, and then until the next wave can spawn, and then the boss Pokemon spawns, and it's a little different. Your priority shifts, at least. So this Bastardon is really annoying. It's very, very bulky, and it just has a flinching move, and it's stupid. So I try my best to focus on it, but sometimes it's hard to get near it without getting bodied, so still want to make sure I'm playing somewhat optimally. What's it called? I can't even remember what it's called. I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit by this freaking Shellos. Mud Bomb is busted. Yeah. This is going alright. Yeah, Bastiodon's moves really fast. Rampardos, there we go. Rampardos isn't that big of a threat. It's really weak. You just have to not get hit by it and you're fine. Alright. GG. Alright, so this is the last rank that we need to complete to unlock all the GX stages. So it's kind of up in the air whether Windy Prairie or Silent Forest is faster. I think Windy Prairie is a little bit faster here, just because the stage itself is shorter than Silent Forest, because the fight is about the same between the bosses, which is Torterra and Licky Licky. So I'm going here because it's a little, like, a couple seconds faster maybe. But I definitely have to go here first in order for it to be faster. Whoa. I'm pretty sure early 1500 is one of the hardest early power drops to get. So the one time I did get it, it was with Infernape dropping, which is the boss for Fiery Furnace. So that's why we're going there last. But also the boss here is bulkier than Infernape. Infernape's pretty weak. Especially to Sky Attack, which is weak too. Oh. other than getting the early power drop, getting the actual power that you need is pretty consistent in this rank. You just need to complete 3 stages first. It's really weird. It's a weird rank, for sure. Oh, no, wait. So we go here. You can kind of go anywhere, really. I like to go here just because it's the most consistent. Go to like the 4th room, I believe, and then just kill stuff. That's a good point. Alright, oh, whoops. I'll use this to my advantage. Go. Alright. So last battle royale that we have to do. Because there are no battle royales in GX. The whole point of GX is just so that he was able to add in. Okay, I get it. Wow, guys. Bullies. This is another one that's kind of difficult, especially this first wave. The first wave is like probably the hardest part of it, honestly. Well, so like the bosses are really strong, but the first wave is just like really dumb. It's a lot of hitboxes. They're just out and about. But here we have to worry about Empoleon and Torterra mainly. They have large hitboxes that come out very quickly, especially Torterra. Yeah, just like that. That's okay though. Take advantage of that. Deoxys is still a fabulous backup for battle royales. You just have to be a little careful with like where you're running. Ah, come on now. I was Monferno. Lumineon is so busted. And this is Garchomp. This is our other passer Pokemon for backup. He's great. He has Dragon Claw. Pushing Pokemon into the wall is a great way to do a lot of damage to them. It doesn't do too much damage to you. It just does a lot to the CPU for some reason. Alright. Alright, so now this trampoline up here, it just takes us to GX. So now we're in GX. So some stages have a little bit better Pokemon than others. I'm gonna go to Fiery Furnace first, just because there's a little bit more of an option here. So the power of Pokemon here are like closer to what the power is in EX. So they're like closer to like 2,000 and stuff. So I kind of want to get some Pokemon to help me with fights. That might be a little bit stronger. Yeah, I like that. That's good. So, okay, that's actually not a great moveset, but Selling Sol is okay, I guess. Didn't get Blaziken want to show up? Blaziken's a good option. Oh wait, it's oh wow, I was lucky. Okay. Hopefully he has a good move. Okay, Registeel. Alright, Rolling Kick. Endeavor. Neat. There you go. It's a little bit better. Okay. That's actually not a terrible drop either. He's really bulky. He can help with being a backup. Alright. So we got our Pokemon for helping with, like, fighting Pokemon. So now we're just going to go to stages that need to be completed. Eternal Tower has really bulky bosses. Honestly, all the bosses are pretty bulky, except for, like, Windy Prairie. But Windy Prairie can have some bulky stuff, too. There's just a lot of different options that you can get, and there's a lot of different bosses that you can get as well. That's one of the new parts of this version, is that the bosses can be different, and some bosses are more rare, and also they're just more bulky, or whatever the case may be. So far, you can get either Rayquaza or Ho-Oh here. Rayquaza, nice. And I don't do too much. I don't do like a bad amount of damage. The main thing is that you just have to be really careful while getting hit. But yeah, Deoxys is still really helpful here. I'm gonna go to Bright Beach, and then I'm gonna go to Silent Forest. Woo! Actually, I think I'm gonna go to Rocky Cave. Yeah, I'll go Rocky Cave. There isn't really anything too useful here. Water types are still not the best. So he made the GX stages a little bit more similar to EX instead of just like a regular. I guess it was more so like normal, honestly. So it makes it a lot more interesting for routing and just playing. You have to play it. You have to play a little bit better. Route the stages. That was okay RNG. We could have gotten much bulkier Pokemon, so. We could also get Kyogre there for sure. Ooh. Yep.
All right, we have $5 from Valiant saying, time to Maku heat up the donations. Good luck to all the runners. And that, of course, went towards our Odyssey incentive, which we're getting closer and closer to. And we're under $40 away. So if you want to see that,
How much closer are we?
Right now we're at $38 of 75, so we're at 37 to go.
Oof. We're getting close to the end of the run, guys. Come on, man. That was not the best boss to get. He is very bulky, for sure, but that's cool. We got Lugia. So last two here, and then we're gonna go to the normal rank EX stages, which is very interesting to say the least, but has some neat lore for Rumble development, which I guess we'll get to when we get there. But last two stages, I go here just because these bosses are less likely to be as bulky as the other ones, especially Windy Prairie. But we could get unlucky and get a bulky boss in Windy Prairie. We'll see what happens. Yeah, slacking isn't too bad. Just don't get hit. Yeah, I got hit. Oh, but I have some neat moves here. Yeah. Not too bad, not too bad. So we can get Miltank as a boss here, which is just definitely not on par with the other Pokemon in terms of bulk and health and everything. It is a bulky Pokemon, but just not in this game. Not as good as the other bosses that we've come across. But we can also get other bosses. I know Dialga is a boss here. So we'll see. Definitely takes more hits to kill Dialga than Miltank. Okay, we got Miltank. Let's go. Ooh, good flinch. Alright. Title menu. And similar situation here. This trampoline, sorry, trampoline leads right to GX. Now this Battle Royale thing that's up there, it's the same thing as going to Silent Forest, since there is no Battle Royale, so we don't have to do that. So these are literally all, except for one, just a battle or just a boss fight room. The reason for that is because there's only one unknown that like can be show up, which is the A. But when you sell 5 unknown, you'll get another letter, which can be one of any of the other letters of the unknown alphabet. And these rooms are based off of a beta, like room that was kind of left in the game's code. That basically acted like a big boss room where a bunch of Pokemon spawned, and you just had to beat them all until a boss came and then you killed it, and then a trampoline showed up, and that was it. So it's kind of a neat little callback to that, but also it makes grinding for unknown a little easier in terms of like completing the Pokedex in this game fully, if you want all of the unknown. But time's going to be coming up soon. We just have to complete these last 3 stages. This is the only stage that has like a room other than the boss room. So shouts to this room. They're also a lot weaker because they're the normal version. Oh, hell. I want to drop. Nice. Oh, it's sparkly, so it has more defense. Yeah, you can even tell. Also dropped. That's unlucky for the speedrun, but cool for collecting it. Alright, get ready on time. That was nice. Right. And time. Alright. And that's Rumble Weekend all GX stages. That's literally all the GX stages, man. There's definitely more to those stages. There's lots of Pokemon that are hidden in those stages, but that's how you beat all of them in one sitting. Very good. That was a very good run. I golded the last 2 splits, on top of getting early 400 for the first time in the ever recorded ever. Very insane. Thanks SS4C for having me. Thanks for letting me show off this game. Like, I'm sure Absol is also very thankful for getting to show off his creation to a larger variety of people. And if you want to like just play the game, shiny hunt, speedrun, whatever, feel free to join the Rumble Discord. We are very, very friendly in there. I don't want to hold you guys too long, so thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of the marathon, and see you guys later.